What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know a lot of you watched the first one. I greatly appreciate that, even though a lot of you didn't watch the whole thing. Totally okay. What we're going to do, though, this one, I promise it's going to be a little bit shorter. So welcome back to Math at the Home. Some of you are like, why is it not Star Wars Math or Math Wars? Felt like that was taken. But obviously, if you want to call it that, you can. Today, a couple things are going to happen. One, this guy right here, a lot of you watched. I'll show you a magic trick. On top of that, I'll even teach it to you. So, we're going to look at today percent error. Okay? We made some expected values yesterday, the number of cases that were possible that we thought were going to happen based on our numbers. If you remember, we had an expected value, that's what we thought was going to happen, of 291,888 cases. If you don't remember how to find that, go ahead and rewatch the last video. But we thought that it was based on a statistical average of 18.3% growth per day. 18.3%. We took some math, we found that. We then added it and got our number. Now, today, on that same website that we got the information from, we found the actual. The actual number of cases today is 285,963. You're thinking, wow, that's pretty close. And it is. It is actually pretty close. We're going to look at how close were we with our math. What's our percent? Close or not close? And that's where percent error comes in. How close were we? Not that hard to do. A couple formulas. Something I want you guys to write down. I want you to try it yourself looking at our data. It's always actual minus our expected. Okay? And now we're going to take the absolute value of that. We talked about absolute value before. It's always positive. So no matter what this answer comes out to, whether it's negative, positive, whatever, my answer is positive. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to divide it by my actual. This is going to tell me exactly what percent error I do. Okay? So, if I take a calculator, if I take the actual, which is this, and I put it right here, it's 285,963. Gross. 963 minus 291,888. Take those two numbers, take the absolute value of it, okay, and then divide by my actual. You with me? Try it real quick. Alright, hopefully you tried it. Hopefully you realize you got a positive answer. I'm going to go ahead and grab it on the calculator here. We're going to do it together. So I'm going to take 285,963 minus 291,888. Right there. I'm going to hit equals. Obviously comes out to a negative number. But I'm going to take the absolute value of that. That's 5,925. Right? So I'm going to take 5,925 and I'm going to divide it by my actual. Okay? So my actual being 285,963. Okay? Divide those numbers. Divide by 285,963 and you get 0.020. Okay? Obviously I have to turn that into a percent. To do that I need my decimal twice. Right? So you end up getting 2%. Okay? So we only had a 2% error. Okay? Which isn't bad. I mean, that's relatively close. So that being said, percent error. Don't forget, a lot of you haven't turned in your stuff on Google Classroom. Do that. Make sure you get that stuff done, filling out those charts. Go and hit submit on that. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring the bell for those notifications so you guys can keep getting some of these videos. If you stick around, I'm going to go ahead and do a magic trick. Catch you later. You asked for a magic trick. I'm sure you want one. A lot of you watched my video. I appreciate it. So here it is. This is my son. He's going to be my assistant right now. You cool with that, bud? Yeah, you want Daddy to do magic trick? Don't look too excited. So, anyway, that being said, but I want you to do.
You're saying there's students in here too?
Yeah, they're watching the video right now.
They are?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because they want to. Alright, so what I want you to do, buddy, you know how to do this, you've done this before, I want you to go ahead and draw a card. Point to a card for me, bud. Not the top card, silly, Daddy knows what that one is. You want that little card right there? Alright, so what I want you to do, buddy, you're going to take that card. Daddy's not going to look. I want you to look at it, memorize it, and show the camera. Just put it right in front of the camera, they can probably see it. And then when you're ready, let me know. Put it back on the deck. You got it memorized, bud?
Yeah.
Okay, put it back on the deck.
Wherever I want.
Mm-hmm. Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it up on my shuffle. I promise I didn't look, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to take your
Even
card.
though I showed it this way, right?
I don't know if you showed it that way. I didn't see it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make some piles of cards. Some relatively even piles, nothing crazy. Mix them up, right? So all I did was mix the cards up like crazy, okay? So now, the piles.
I just saw it.
Don't tell me, I don't want to know what your card is. Alright,
I
so,
just saw it.
alright, so I made for him 6 piles here. Nolan, what I want you to do is pick 3 piles for me. Just point to 3 piles. These 3? Okay, so yeah, so you want to keep those 3. There you go. So now I want you to pick 2 piles. These 2? Okay, so let's keep those 2. Alright, so now I want you to pick 1 pile.
Which one is the biggest? Probably this one.
Okay, so let's keep that one. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in these cards out. Move that stuff over there. Alright, now bud, what I want you to do is pick a row. Okay, so see you later, row. I don't want you anymore. I don't want you anymore. Alright, so now we don't want to get rid of that row, silly. Now pick 2 cards. Okay, so see you later, bro. Alright, I picked 2 cards. Or I picked 1 card, excuse me. Alright, so Nolan picked a card. He's left with 1 card left. What are the odds that this card right here is his? Go ahead, buddy. Show it up. Show everybody. Show the camera.
How did you know it was my power?
I didn't do it, you did it.
A magic trick.
A magic trick.